Yo, um, oh my god, I don't know how many times I'm gonna do this, but I think now I've found my calling, and it's gonna be a podcast. Um, my name's Jeremy. I, I think I'm gonna call this podcast "The Gentleman and His Sword," and this is no joke. I think I'm gonna do this for like now once a week until I die. Let me give me myself that challenge. I just want to do that. Um, I didn't have a strong drive to do my podcast because I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't the right time. But a certain piece of news came across, and it's blatant news. It's like news you wouldn't expect. And for all of you who don't know who Derek Jackson is like a life coach, engineer to like the black community, and he always had this uh goody goody two shoes mentality to get us to be better men and all that stuff. And he really does have good content, but from what I've seen, there have been a couple or number of people who have exposed him for his hypocrisy. And I looked, it sunk. I don't know how this is related to why I want to do the podcast, but like, I suddenly have a drive to do it, and I am gonna do it because this is fun. I find this fun. I find speaking in a podcast fun. But I'm also doing this for my younger sister because like she needs to hear my voice because she's just about to transition into adulthood and she doesn't have that element of guidance, especially from someone that she's close with. Because like I'm close with her, like we can chop it up, we can talk and all that. But like when it comes to like real life practical advice of how to navigate, look, I know she can do her own thing. She can explore the unknown and stuff. We already know that. But she she needs this more than I do, and anybody else who's listening to this will benefit. So yeah, yeah. So back to the point, like Derek Jackson, guess cheated on his wife, but the whole time he was preaching that he's a goody goody two shoes, telling us men do the same thing. So like when I look at the situation now, I'm just like, man, is he gonna tell us to go and cheat on our wives and then admit it publicly, or just in order to lose face? And obviously, no. That's not the point. That's not what the intended outcome is supposed to be. But that piece of news shook me because I'm like, damn, look at the guy who was telling us that we have to be a certain way, and now we aren't, and now he's the person who did that for a long period of time. But yeah, yeah, I've given out my reasons as to why I want to do this podcast. Now I picked up another book. It's by Jordan Peterson. It's I think it's his second book, and I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna read it during this week, and I just skimmed through the chapter list, and it said one of the chapters that it said look, focus on one thing, and keep doing it. And so like this is the one thing that I've chosen to do, and speak on it because it's easy to. I mean, the way I've set up my things, I'm already always on the computer. I play a lot of video games. It's my vice. It's better than drinking. It's better than smoking. You know, if I could go hours without even thinking about food just because I'm enjoying a game. So like definitely one of the things that I will definitely enjoy doing. So yeah, the title is going to be "A Gentleman and His Sword," and it's basically going to be about finding topics that I feel that are important for any person, not just, men, or, any person who comes across his podcast can benefit from hearing what I have to say about my experience, especially being away from family for like over 7 years. Obviously, that's not a common occurrence, but there's definitely a few of us who have undergone like winters and Christmases without family, and that I'm not excluding those who like actually don't have parents, or like people who are close to them, or even orphans who have gotten out of like their own situation and come across this part. Like, this is also for you, because like I feel like with every passing day there's less and less guidance, and it's getting very, well, I'll say scary, but like it's getting very concerning. And so like I believe that if by having this podcast and speaking about it, I can hopefully reach a few minds who may benefit with this information. And so yeah, it's it's been so far. I'm not gonna say that I'm old. I'm not. I'm like 26, and I learned that experience is relative. Everybody has wisdom. It's just how it's portrayed and how we go about portraying it, because we all move towards a certain known at some point, and we gotta keep going, because energy doesn't stop, and that's like the fundamental of the universe. Like, if you're thinking about Earth, like it's constantly moving, day night cycle, yearly cycle, century cycle, planets, all that. Planets are moving around. We're all moving around the sun, and the sun is always emitting energy. So definitely, it's very important to share this, because like I feel like if I don't share this, there's a certain mind or interest in some, that there's a certain, how do I word this? There's a certain way that I may speak that may change the perspective on one person. And if I do that for one person, I feel like I've made a change. And obviously, that saying is cliche. Yeah, as long as I change one person, like, no. Yes, it's definitely important. One person's, because being able to influence one person for the better. It's not for it's even for just critical thinking. I think this is more about critical thinking, coming to your own discernment, and making a decision for yourself. And yeah, I don't know why I'm excited to do it now, but like I guess it's been revitalized somehow. And yeah, I kind of want to keep doing it. So this is my first one. Obviously, I've done a bunch of these before just to test it out. I know the process. I know how to get it out. And so, like, yeah, I'm going to pick a day. I think I'll pick, like, because of my schedule at work and the day that I do it, I think I'll do it every Wednesday, because Wednesday's midweek hump day. And yeah, it'll be a good idea for me to just keep going with it. And so, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna be having this on, I think, Spotify, maybe Google Play, definitely Apple Podcasts, and any other platform. I might do a YouTube channel for it, but if I'm doing the YouTube channel for it, it means that I'll have a pre-recorded item for it. So like, I like playing video games, and I spend a lot of time playing video games. And a game that I play a lot is Call of Duty. And so what I'll start doing is recording gameplay, and then having it as an overlay for my recording for YouTube. And it's not that I don't want to show my face for YouTube. It's just that it will take a long. Like, I want to be able to, like, once I set up a proper camera the for the podcast, that's when I'm gonna do it. And so, yeah. But this is the first of, like, hopefully, well, if Joe Rogan's on like 3,000, it's comparison, maybe 4,000. I don't know, but he does his daily. maybe first of 1,000. I say that. You know, once I get to 1,000, that's 1,000 weeks. I don't know how long 1,000 weeks is. 52. That's 520. 520 is like 10 years. Um, yeah, maybe 20 years. Let's see how it goes. And if it gets huge, yeah, I might start doing it more often, and maybe get some of the people around me to come in and have a say, and we can have a conversation. It shouldn't just be people who we deem as high in society, because I've come across a lot of smart people, and I think it would be great to like feature some of them. And so I already have a few people in mind. But yeah, um, I am motivated, and I don't know where this is coming from, but like I am excited. So I hope as you're excited as I am, I will definitely get the links out. A Gentleman and His Sword. I'll get the designs out. Once the design's out, I'll post it. But for now, um, I wish you all a pleasant morning, afternoon, evening, or good night, and we will speak to you um, on the next week. Today is the 24th, so on the 31st. I don't know whether I'll be able to do it on the 30th. Actually, I might be able to do it on the 31st, because I'm changing locations. I'm moving houses, so I might come out a day or not, a day less or a day early. Well, we have to wait and see. But for now, wishing you all a wonderful evening, and peace, peace,